smokes.
Never played this before. Nope.
Yeah, so Moonlighter is a super awesome game, and Andy wanted our first stream to be showcasing this game. So he actually deleted a save file he had where he had already played 4 hours.
It's like a small save file.
It's pretty small, yeah, in comparison to the entirety of the game. Do it. Are you going to do hard or very hard?
No, fucking no. Do
Can
very
you
hard for New
change the
Game
settings
Plus.
midway through?
No
I
idea.
Never checked.
Now I'm hard forever.
I can't. But wouldn't you want to be very hard forever?
No, that's priapism.
Read it.
One night, mazes full of extraordinary treasures and deadly creatures.
Nope, too slow.
They called them the dungeons. Strange, ever-changing ruins of unknown lands. Soon a village of the slightly curious took root near the dungeons. This they named Rhinoka.
That's how you've been saying that?
Among the set, yeah, how do you say it? Among the set, the two groups shine bright, heroes and merchants,
Glory and riches.
But the dungeons proved too dangerous. They were soon closed as too many lives were lost in their depths. Life became hard for the town, especially for the young owner of the oldest shop, Will of the Moonlighter, long dreaming of opening the mysterious fifth door of the dungeons.
This game is so pretty.
Rambo mode.
Rainbow mode. No, I've been saying Rinoka in my head.
Yeah, it's because you're European.
Rhinoka?
Rinoka.
It's Rinoka.
Yeah, it's Rinoka.
Shut up.
Obviously.
Don't make fun of my accent.
My wife.
So yeah, if folks haven't checked out Moonlighter yet, super recommend giving it a peek.
Where do you find it, Sylvia?
Well, we've got it on Xbox Game Pass, but it's also available on Switch, and I think it's available on the Microsoft Game Store and maybe Steam. But it is a game that came out in 2018. It was a mobile game at first, if I remember correctly. I did a little bit of reading on it. And it's by a Spanish indie game studio called Digital Sun. And holy smokes, is it fucking beautiful. Look at him, he's so cute. These graphics are there. It's interesting because it's like a prettier, more refined 8-bit.
Oh, this is 16-bit at least. This looks like SNES graphics.
Oh, sure. I guess what I'm trying to say is like that classic 8-bit look refined as being like 16 or 32 or however. It's just got that nostalgia feel, but it's like more beautiful. Because we all know, I mean, as much as we love our old games, they all look like fucking shit. I can't believe that I used to stare at a game that wasn't even 8-bit. Like fucking Ocarina of Time looks like asshole. But it's a very nice, wholesome game.
That's
I mean, is it?
Yeah.
Is
Is
the truth mean? I mean, I guess for the 64. Compared to now, though, it's very bad.
We're the only ones that can compare it to now.
Oh, sure. You mean like versus past us?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I never would have thought when I was growing up and playing video games that they would look this beautiful. I guess I never slowed down to think about that concept because I was just a kid, you know. I was just enjoying the games while I was growing up. I never say higher thinking. What are you talking about?
Very hard.
Well, you only selected hard. But yeah, I never thought that a video game would look so beautiful ever. I guess when games were coming out first, it was like, oh, it's cool, like that thing moves, or that thing can talk, or wow, that can actually animate a background. But now it's like, holy shit, it's a piece of art.
Oh, fuck you, old man. I look fine.
Are you gonna read?
What a sorry-looking kid.
Thank you.
All alone now.
He's so mean.
Rest for a bit, Will. I have you now.
That's super
Fucking
creepy.
sinister.
Takes you back to his cottage. You wake up, you're all tied up, and he's like feeding you pudding.
It's not that game. I made you eggs.
Ew. It's the only food he eats because he has no teeth. It's just the easiest thing for him to eat is eggs.
Even as a mere child, barely able to walk, you
I
were
couldn't
curious
eat
of the
anything
dungeons.
but eggs.
There is no doubt you carry the same obsession as old Pete.
Obsession with eggs. I got myself really good with that.
You did. Morning, boy. Did our little merchant bite off more than he could manage?
Of the eggs.
Eggs. Will, listen to me. The hard truth is this. Eggs. You're the last of your family, the only one left to run Moonlighter.
Womp womp.
You can't keep pushing yourself like this. Risking your life on this fifth door nonsense is foolish. Just leave it. Find some artifacts, then use your pendant to get out of the dungeon.
Andy, what are artifacts?
And for Crater's sake, stop using that broom of yours, you daft boy. I thought that was odd. It's dangerous. You get it from the Zelda game. References. Is it supposed to levitate like that? Okay, never mind.
Your body just sucked up the sword and shield. Oh, it's just forever attached to you. You can never take the shield off.
You're wasting light. Can't have you neglect the shop all day. Let's see if I can get through your hard head some of the tricks that I picked up from your grandfather so many years ago.
This fucking goes into an exit. Just dreading life. So Andy, what is this game? What's it all about? Like, what's the style?
I don't know. Isn't Zeke the old guy telling us about that right now?
Zeke?
Wasn't Zim?
Xanon. Xanon?
Zorf.
Zune.
You're this little brat, and you run the store. I'm not supposed to know this yet. I thought it was spoilers that I'd already restarted.
No, I mean, we can tell folks what kind of game this is.
There's days and nights, and you split your time between running the little store and running around the dungeon. The dungeons are harder at night, but there's more loots. If you die, you drop all the shit out of your backpack.
Oh, there's a little reflection. I didn't even notice that in the mirror before.
Yeah, it's pretty well done, too. Successfully selling your merchandise takes knowledge of two things. You must know an item's value as well as its demand.
Yeah.
Come now, open the shop up and allow the customers in. I don't want to. I'm just selling these two crystals for different prices. See? I don't think that's good.
Who's gonna come in here specifically looking for the specific two crystals that you put out at specifically different prices?
This one. This is Ruby. She wants it for 100.
Ruby. That's another like stone name. Crystal. Ruby.
Best expression you can hope for. The item wasn't too expensive for them and not so cheap for it.
For you to lose profit.
This guy clearly speaks Spanish.
Dyslexia.
And then has been translated.
This time wasn't too expensive for them and not so cheap for you to lose profit. What do you mean? That's a perfectly fine sentence.
It's awkward.
Okay. I mean, English.
I mean, it's awkward for my learning disability. Be sure to pay attention to your customers' expressions. That's how your grandfather always knew if his prices were fair.
Yeah, so you have to sell items and make sure that folks love the price and are really happy to buy your products. And so you have to keep an eye on the market as well while you're putting stuff out and how people respond to things. It's a super cool mechanic of the game, running the shop. And then to get stuff for your shop, you'll end up going through dungeons and hunting for them and finding them and looting stuff and just defeating big bosses to get all kinds of different items to sell. And as you progress through all the dungeons, the items become more and more valuable and expensive, and you have to use items to craft things. It's just a super freaking fun game. And you have a little notebook that's full of all the items you've collected so far and the prices you've sold them at and how people reacted to those prices. This is a very, very lovely little thing. Oh, don't dive too far. You're not gonna. Don't dive too far. I don't know how you made his old person voice. I'm not good at voices. I can.
Yeah, you
If
just
I just if I push my jaw out too much, then I guess I sound like an old man. This is awful.
I think this is what we're doing for the rest of the game.
Me? Go on now. These weary bones of mine must rest. Wow, that actually... Who knew that changing the way that your mouth looks changes the sound?
Whoa.
Whoa. Look at him go. That backpack is literally your entire body's size.
It's a magic backpack.
Magic backpack, full of magic stuff.
This is like a Dora class backpack.
Oh, and you start out with the dinkiest little sword and shield.
The first dungeon that's unlocked by default is the Golem dungeon. And then they each have a different little flavor.
Yeah, there's 4 dungeons in total. So there's the Golem dungeon, and then the Forest dungeon, the Desert dungeon, and the Tech dungeon. And it's in that order, too, that they get unlocked for you. And each dungeon has 3 tiers. So... or three big bosses. So you'll go through 1 level of the dungeon, find where the big boss is, defeat it. Go to the 2nd level of the dungeon, find where that big boss is, defeat it. And then the 3rd level, find the big boss in that, defeat them, and then that was the big main boss of that type of dungeon, and you unlock the next one. And each time you die and have to start over, the dungeons are always different. So there's a ton of different layouts, tons of different combinations of different enemies. The loot's always different too. You can rerun the same dungeon endlessly. It's pretty snazzy. Oh, a little potion. And like, for example, you make potions using those little jellies that he just picked up. Hi, Link. Our kitty came out to say hi. Hi, you come here. Come talk to us. Yeah, meow. Come here.
To a person of hopefully far better luck than I, my time is short. I took injury from this strange creature across the room. My pendant all but shattered from the scuffle. Check him out, though. I'd say I fared better than he. He caught me spying on him near the Guardian's room. Dropped a couple of items when he fled. One of which is this map? Diagram? Whatever it is, I was right. They called me crazy, said old Crazy Pete done gone lost his marbles. Oh, he's southern. But I was right! Each guardian of the dungeon must possess a key of sorts. All of them linked to that giant locked door outside the dungeons. The 5th door of Rhinoka. Sadly, I won't be around to see the door open. To whoever found me, I apologize for the smell.
I shit myself out of fear.
The diagram should be around here somewhere. Please open the 5th door of Rhinoka. These dungeons are not what they seem.
Like the midway through accent change. Oh,
You're talking about Pete's always talking
he always
like
sounded
that.
like that, yeah.
Big boss gonna kill me.
Oh my god.
I was supposed to let them all out. Now I have to chase this weird creature that stole my staffs. Ah, big boss gonna be so upset with little me.
That was an interesting voice choice.
It's
I
a
like
mob
it.
voice.
Mob voice.
You can't be questioning the voices. I'm doing the voices.
You are. And you know what? For that, I am very thankful.
Good.
As I'm sure everybody else is as well.
Coins into bag, fill, go home. Got it.
Yeah, so you get this little magic pendant that you can use to zap yourself back home whenever you want to. So if a dungeon,
Oh, I have to.
if you've,
I'm locked in here.
yeah, if you've
'Cause this is
lost
the
too much
tutorial.
health and you don't have any potions and you don't want to lose all the loot that you've collected, it's a smart idea to play it safe and zap yourself back home. So then you get to leave with everything you collected. Whereas if you get slain by a
Nice.
monster, you have to start over and you lose everything.
Peaceful.
Come out covered in like ectoplasm and shit.
The young proprietor of Moonlighter has returned.
I thought I was doing it. You look intact. Finally, to use that pendant properly. Finally, learn to use that pendant properly.
It sounds like you have something in your mouth.
I mean, does it? Does it really? It's about time, boy. ...
He pronounces his ellipses.
What are you? Yes. What are you holding? Question mark. Is that a chart of the dungeons? Where did? Fuck you. You found old Pete. ... Dead. See? This is what happens when you taste what's behind that door. Leave it, Will. Just get the artifacts you need from the Golem dungeon. And look after Moonlighter. ... Now. ... I noticed some posts on the town board that may interest you. Some shops want to move in. Attempt to revitalize this town. ... Apparently they need some startup capital first. I'm an expert in marketing. Would be nice to see some new life in
Ranoka.
Ranoka. Nice indeed. ... Oh, my jaw hurts. Ow.
Yeah, you're doing weird.
Wowie.
Yeah, don't do the jaw thing. Stop that.
Ouch.
Don't do that.
You should go look at the board.
Nope.
But it had an exclamation point. Okay, fuck me. You don't want to empty your little backpack first?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay. Brave boy. Link, come here. Cuddle me. No. Fine. They look like the Dots candy. Just scary.
Yeah, that's kind of why I don't like dots.
Because they look like little monsters?
Yeah. They always kind of had an organic look to them.
Dots?
Yeah.
The super neon colored candy had an organic look to them.
Yeah, it looks like manufactured berries. It's fucked up.
Oh, okay. What you're saying is it's uncomfortable that they're like mixed together.
It's
organic.
like Uncanny Valley, I think.
Okay, I
It's like
understand that.
too close.
Sure. Now I like them. They just get stuck in my teeth real bad. Sweet. Okay. Nice topic, Andy. Next question.
Yeah, were we supposed to riff on dots for like 2 dungeons worth?
I mean, I was waiting for you. I could keep talking about dots.
I don't want to. I didn't have that much experience with dots. I usually traded that shit away.
Oh, yeah.
Those were bottom of the pillowcase toys for me. Or candy, rather.
You just played with dots. Built little things.
Well, I was poor.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, you were.
I was too.
Good.
Shit.
So that's you want to explain the dungeon, the chests item puzzle thing?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, so one of the coolest parts in this game, I love it, is when you put items into your backpack. Sometimes some of those items and their placements have rules. So there's some items that you have to store on the sides, or some items that you have to store on the top or the bottom of your bag. And some items, when you place them a certain direction, will destroy another item adjacent to it when you return to town. So you have to figure out in a puzzly way, like which items are the most valuable, how you want to place them, just to make sure that if you do end up having to pendant out, that everything that you want to save stays with you. So there's this little like puzzle Tetris-y element to it too. And something that I didn't learn until about like halfway through the game, or halfway through my playthrough, is that top row, those are items that you will keep in your backpack even if you die. So put all your really valuable items up there if you can. That item that Andy just placed down has that red mark, so that red mark is showing that it has to be placed on the top or the bottom. Those other ones, those have to be placed on the sides. And then there's other symbols and icons that come up for some of the wonkier conditions that the items come with. So it's another neat element. It's so clever. I've never seen that in a game before. I likened it to a board game that we've been playing recently called Merchants of the Dark Road, right?
Yeah.
It's an awesome tabletop game where you have a caravan and you have inventory to put in your caravan, and you have to make sure that you organize that inventory in a way that everything can fit. So it was really similar to that, but I've only seen that done in a tabletop game versus being in a game like this. Super clever. I love it. And that's about time for the end of the first episode. After you kill this motherfucker.
Oh, you want to do it like that?
Hey, oh no.
Oops.
Well, that was a good way to end it. All right.
I can't even drop things yet.
Until next time, guys and gals and everybody in between. Bye. I said wait in that dungeon.
This dungeon.
Wait here.
Stay here.
Ooh. Goodbye.
I was gonna smoke first.
That's fine.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
On mic?
Yeah, our viewers know that we're potheads.